Hey, what's up, guys? This video I'm going to be talking about my boxing experience today. It was my day off from work. I had intense boxing training session, and I want to keep you guys update on that because boxing right now is a very integral part of my training. Even I've taken it above even my bodybuilding, which bodybuilding was my kind of like 4 or 5 times a week training. Now I'm cut that back substantially to 2 or 3 times. Sometimes only the last week only 2 times, but my boxing training 3 times a week, and I really believe that's like my focus for training, and I don't want to overtrain hard. So I just did that today, and I'm going to take a rest day tomorrow. Speaking about rest days, I'm going to crack a few beers. So cheers to everybody who's a part of my channel. I'm going to take a swig right now. Okay, so today my boxing, it always starts off with jumping rope. I posted that today, I think, in a reel in my training. And so there's how I jump rope is traditional, like 2 feet at a time, then sprinting 1 foot, 1 foot, 1 foot, 1 foot, and then the shuffle, 1 foot extended and then back, and then the other foot extended and back. And by doing so, it does a few things. First of all, it warms everything up. It's a warm-up exercise, okay? Second of all, the footwork that's involved in doing so, and the timing and the coordination, you are preparing yourself for when you actually start doing what's coming next, which is the shadow boxing, the pad work, and even sparring. So it's very, I think, jumping rope is a very integral part of like what you should do in training for boxing, like especially during the warm-up period. And what I do is 3 sets of 3 minutes, and my endurance is one of the things I'm kind of lacking. Like, I definitely need to work on that a little bit better, but it definitely helps with that. And my jump rope has improved significantly in the last few weeks since I started. Second of all, you move on to doing shadow boxing. Shadow boxing, you go in front of a mirror, and you got to make sure your guard's good, right? So you're not flaring elbows. You got your hands in proper position. You got your feet in proper position, which is slightly deviated this way, and you're like this, okay? Your guard's down, so you're protecting your hands from any punches. You're protecting your solar plexus. You're not going to punch through the middle if your arms are like this, and you're protecting from, say, a liver shot or a spleen shot. Okay, you're like this, guard. Now, what they teach you is to do a proper jab, right? So in a jab, everything comes from here, comes out like this, straight forward, and then at the end it turns, and then it comes down. That snap that happens, okay, and it comes back to guard. This never leaves here. Now sometimes like your front hand can be off in doing things, but it's like, and then the next thing the jab is like a step forward. I know you can't see my feet now, but it's like a step forward and then jab. Without leaning too far forward. You're like up here, you're in the guard, right? Then you do the 1-2. So the jab follow through with a cross. So watch my hands here, and then it comes through, and then in doing so, like your shoulder comes up. So in this position, you're not going to get hit here potentially, okay? Then it comes back up, boom. Then you're not going to get hit here. Now with the cross, your back foot turns into it, and your hips turn into it. Because if you just go here, like, look, this is further, but then when you turn your hips and your back foot, boom, then all of a sudden this becomes more closer, right? But the thing is, the straight can be easily telegraphed, which means that it's easily predicted. So it's got to come from here. It doesn't come down. Like a lot of people go, do it like this, and then you can see that coming. So it comes here, then like straight here, through head level, above shoulder level, boom, boom, turn the hips into it, boom, okay, boom. That's the 1-2. Something that is very basic, but as well, like when my coaches are guiding me through that, they make sure everything is correct. And then, so you do that shadow boxing in the mirror, okay, to see that you have proper form. What I did next was move to a speed bag. The speed bag is very good at keeping your hands up because you keep your hands up here. And you keep yourself on the balls of the feet. That's something I didn't mention before. While you're doing that, it's just training your muscle memory and your reflexes and everything to be good for what's coming next in the training session, which is working with the coaches. The coaches, I've got three, like former professional boxers who have many fights under their belts. They've been doing this for years. Very great guys and great coaches. Okay, what they do is different pad work, which like jab cross combos, and then adding the hook into it, things like that, making sure your position is good, and then throwing slips in it as well, which is like side movements, you know what I mean, things like that, and as well moving forward and moving back, the foot position, that's key. Things like that, it's muscle memory, and what they do is throw some things back once in a while when you're not expecting it, to make sure that your guard and everything is good. It's not like they're throwing like a knockout punch or anything back. It's just like, but they'll tap you hard in the head or in the stomach, in the fucking liver, things like that. It hurts still. It still stuns you if you're not prepared for it. If you've never been hit before, like, but it prepares you for getting something back, and it makes you focus on keeping the shell in proper position every time you do something. You know what I mean, in these combos, because once you start getting tired and things and get lazy, you might let your guard down. And the other aspect of it is breathing. You gotta breathe, because if you just hold your breath and you're throwing things, it's like you're having a fight underwater. So every time you punch, that type of thing. Okay. Lastly, we're doing the pad work, as I was saying. Then afterwards, they brought us all to bags. We each had our own bag, heavy bag, and they'd be like, okay, just throw 1-2s, 1-2, 1-2, 1-2. You just throw 1-2s for like 1 minute. Okay, next minute, nothing but uppercuts. The next minute, nothing but hooks. It's like, and then you take like a 30-second break, then you do that for 3 times. Like, and what I found is like, I have the power and strength. Like my coaches, I can tell they're asking how old I was, and they're like, I can tell they're a bit impressed with me. The one guy, he had to hold the bag because like the bag was just swinging too hard and things. I was just hitting it too hard, and I wasn't being able to do those 1-2s and those hooks and uppercuts because like in a regular position. So he didn't do this. Nobody did with the rest of the guys, but the one guy came behind. He was holding the fucking bag, so I could be like, like hitting this fucking bag hard, like. And I found like I did have the stamina to do that, even though I definitely need to work on my cardio, because I was at some points just coughing up like too much mucus and shit. And they have those the tin buckets to spit in, the canteens, wherever you fucking call them. But I was like hacking up, spitting up in between like rounds essentially. So I definitely need to work on my cardio. My power though is on point, because obviously I train through strength training and bodybuilding and shit like that. And I'm on the amount of gear I'm on right now, and the aggression and shit. Like when I throw a proper 1-2 or just that 2 punch, the snap I get and like hitting the pad, like you can tell when you connect and you're hitting that pad. It's just like pop, you hit the fucking pop. And the other thing is like, it's up here. You're not like I mentioned before about telegraphing. It's like you don't it just comes so fast. You just come so fast. If you're like telegraphing where they see it coming, then it's not going to be as effective, and you're going to be potentially countered very easily. Okay, so especially with the 1-2s and the 2, very vulnerable to then a liver shot. But when it comes up, the shoulder comes up. Again, you're blocking, and by this hand here and this shoulder here, you're very well blocked. And then again, by the time this comes back, boom. So it's very important. The second thing is you can throw double jabs, where it's like boom, and then it doesn't come back all the way. It comes back halfway, and then another jab, boom, right. And then after you throw, you move. So that's the last thing I'm going to mention is the movements involved with feints and footwork is key, as well as ducking. But I was really working on feints today, a lot more being defensive after you throw a punch, as well as sidestepping. So jab, sidestep, jab, duck type of thing. So anybody have experience with boxing and listening to what I say and either verify, or what would you add on now? Because I'm still kind of relatively beginner here, but I believe that my level that I'm gaining in experience is substantial, and I can't wait to do more sparring and take my boxing next level, especially work on my cardio and being able to have that endurance and stamina, incorporating those power in those punches, especially with the hooks. That's another thing they're teaching, the hooks, lead hook, like learning about that, where it's like very quick and short, and you turn your front foot into it, boom, things like that. Love the sport, love boxing. I want to share with you guys. I think you guys, if you're a bodybuilder and you just go to the gym, that's fun and all, but to do something like boxing where you can actually apply strength and skill and ability in your training. First of all, you're going to cut like a motherfucker. My arm workouts, my forearms and everything, I believe are getting stronger. Front delts, like pectorals, everything, your triceps and the extension. You will make very good gains. It's something to add on to your like stacking on top of your weightlifting. Okay. So yeah, I'll add more videos maybe to this channel on my training. I train, like I said, 3 times a week in boxing, and love to share that more on this channel, as on top of everything else I talk about. I know I've been talking about a lot of random shit lately, right? But I always want to bring it back to the basics, which is the training, the nutrition, and steroid use, the PED use. Okay. Thanks for watching, guys. Love you all. Leave in the comment section below what your thoughts are on this video, and have a great night. Peace.